A cordial welcome and thank you very much for having us today as a premium partner. We were established 19 years ago and have always been linked with CODESYS. There is one area that is particularly linked with CODESYS, that is mobile automation. And there is one area that is special civil engineering where you can best see what are the efforts existing in this rough environment. We say rough environment, CODESYS, that's a perfect fit. These are the requirements in special foundation construction or civil engineering. First, environmental requirements. I mean, you don't find them with home machines, extreme temperatures, minus 22 plus 60 degrees temperatures, nothing special. There are also foundation works done in winter or cold regions, and if the sun heats up the equipment or they are used in the desert, then high temperatures are common. There is a lot of dust. There's always dust and dirt and a lot of humidity. It's always outdoors. You don't take them in if it's rainy, so it's humid, and high vibrations are to be expected. Here you have a ram that propels and pushes down a ram, and you have high vibration loads. Then there are some safety and security requirements. I mean, foundation work has been around as long as people have been building houses, but they use the IoT technology directly linked to the customer servers, and for logging or invoicing purposes, the data can be transferred. And functional safety is a given in this area too, not in special foundation construction or special civil engineering. You cannot separate anything. The functions are linked to the machine, built into the machine, so there are a lot of safety features that need to be taken into consideration with regard to the machine. What are the technical requirements? Well, first of all, you need robust structures. We're talking ground here, and that is inhomogeneous. There can be hard surfaces, hard layers, soft layers, and the boring speed or drilling speed and the surface have to be aligned. Then we have voltage fluctuations. Most equipments are diesel powered, so hydraulics are also powered by the diesel engine, and voltage drops, and when the diesel aggregate is powered up, you know that voltage also drops a lot. Then you also have to look at automation systems that can communicate with the machines, hub connection, of course, and then, of course, the customer Stump-Franki allows remote maintenance. You often don't find too good wireless connections, but still there must be an option of your linking up with the machine because there's a breakdown. A process has stopped, because once concrete is in a pipe, you have to evacuate it before it cures. So, as to give you an idea of what special civil engineering means, this is a pile driller that is often used in order to provide pile production with a lot. So you have a device that bores in or drills in the piles. that was to give you an idea. What did we see? The various steps to produce a pile. The cutting head is oscillated into the floor at the ground with some controllers regulating the pressure and the speed in order to drill the pile. Once the drilling depth has been reached, the reinforcement cage is inserted. This has load-bearing reasons. Then, of course, concrete is poured in with reinforcement, and by hydrostatic overpressure in the pile, it is safe from groundwater break-in, so there is no groundwater leaking. And then it starts getting complicated. It is unscrewed, and the concrete forms a pile, and you have this bulge that needs to be strong enough to allow for the load-bearing forces. If it's too long, it will break off. If it's too short, it cannot accustom or cater to the load-bearing capacity. This is a typical example of special civil engineering, although it is so rough at first sight, it is rather filigree. Well, what was automated with that machine and these machines used? All this is based on automation by CODESYS. So first HMI, the human-machine interface. Then you have an online connection to the server so that the real-time data can be exchanged immediately, so that you have logging and invoicing data during production, and then also you can evaluate everything. Then there is a direct access to the machine, not with the automation server, but with VPN, but we can deal with that problem later. And with a VPN link with which we access the machine and help and support the customer whenever there are problems. There are multi-level controllers so that the optimal shape or contour of the pile can be combined with the optimal speed. You have automatic leveling functions so as to make sure that the pile is aligned with the ground or in the ground as required by the customer. The remote maintenance concept is such that we can react in shortest period of time. If there is an error, we only have some minutes to prevent the concrete from curing, and thus a lot of functionalities are involved here. Safety functions were already mentioned. You have a lot of application steps that are safety critical, where you have a lot of C standards that we have, and all this is also in CODESYS. If we have safety features that are not covered in standards, we use our own libraries. They have automatic test case generators, and we have that automated. So why CODESYS? Why is it used? First of all, pragmatically, many of the manufacturers in the mobile controlling area or field base their production on CODESYS. Here you see a selection. You have an SM control before. All these manufacturers use CODESYS. These are all manufacturers that use CODESYS, and that means this sets the path in the mobile world for CODESYS. What are other requirements that make CODESYS so interesting? There is this integrated safety. It is the 2 version of CODESYS that we use. It is also easy to integrate web interfaces so that the foreman can see what is happening on site. We have good compatibility with different manufacturer components, so if a component cannot be supplied or there is a better third-party component, you can combine it easily with CODESYS. That's where CODESYS excels. We have high flexibility in software development. We can integrate C parts in the code fragment, and you have object-oriented programming. That's what we've been using a lot, especially if we develop standard libraries for customers. They are object-oriented and modular. There is good remote manageability that works seamlessly. You can also access the controller with mobile connections, which is always the case with these special and civil engineering equipment. And you have the benefit that there is full CAN open integration. So we have access to a bus system which has established itself and has become established in this vehicle segment. Okay. That was a very rapid go through to show you what CODESYS does outside the industrial world. That is very interesting to me, and feel free to ask any questions later.